Denzel Bentley here in Georgia Banks. Welcome to Spin Your Jaw.
That was good. I liked it. Well done. It's like rule number 1 in journalism to never give somebody a microphone.
Why?
Because they run off with it and they say inappropriate things.
Oh, fair enough.
So if I wanted to shut you up, I'd just be like, cool.
Oh, makes sense. Makes sense.
Obviously, we're sat here with British middleweight champion Denzel Bentley.
Yes.
How has life been treating you since you took that belt home?
And that's been good, man. It's been all right. It's been interesting. It's been interesting. But overall, it's been good.
Why interesting?
I don't know. It's just funny how like things can change in just like one fight. Because then like after the Cash fight, it was a totally different, or I was in a totally different space compared to like, even all the way up to before the Linus fight, it was like I'm still trying to find my way back. Now after the Linus fight, I feel like, oh, well, I'm here again. Like just like that.
Do you feel like after the Cash fight, a lot of people just wrote you off?
100%. 100%. But that's boxing, isn't it? And that's people as well. People are just thinking, Rob, what was that? Oh, he's not that good. I didn't think it. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Whatever.
Will you do it again with Linus? The fight. I realised how that came out then.
Yeah, you got to pause that one still. But, I think it was a fun fight. I think it was a fun fight, and I would. But right now, there's nothing in it for me. I think I'm trying to, have fights that, progress me or benefit me.
So when it makes sense?
Yeah, definitely. When it makes sense, I don't mind doing it again. That was a good fight. I enjoyed it.
I hated watching it. I hated it.
Is it?
So the morning of and the day before, I felt so anxious. And then I think it was like maybe Brad's fight, and I kept going out for air, and I was like, I need to calm myself down. Like, it's going to be fine. I saw Ellis, and I was like, Ellis, I'm dead nervous. And he was like, don't, it's fine. It's fine. It's going to be fine. Like, I watch my friends fight all the time. This one was a little bit different because normally when I've watched my friends fight, it's not for anything. They're just a fight, they're moving up. But this fight felt quite significant for both of you. And yeah, I was shaking. And it didn't help that I was sat in the middle of all your fans. And I was like, woo, Linus, woo! And there was like guys looking at me like, do you know where you're sat?
You're lucky. No, they're all cool though. Obviously, they all know it's sports, but you must have felt real awkward in that position.
Me?
Yeah. Oh, you was all right? Yeah, see, you're a G, man. You're good.
Okay, I was just like, oh, you all right? People, can I buy you a drink, miss? I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, it was a good fight though. Everyone enjoyed it. Obviously, yeah, for you said you was nervous, but like you said, it was for something, innit? Like the winner pushes on and it's like, oh, damn. Oh, how's this going to go? You don't really know. But I think that's a good thing. That means the fight's that good. You know what I mean? If you just weren't worried, it just mean that your friend's in a shit fight kind of thing. So.
Yeah, definitely. And you had, what was it, like a million views on Channel 5?
Yeah, that was sick. 1 million views. When that's what I was like, right, 1 million views. Most of them were probably from jail, but still 1 million.
Why?
I spoke to a few friends from jail and they were just talking about, they had the whole wing going off and all of that, and I thought, sick.
I spoke to a few people after it, and everybody kind of said that it didn't look like a British title fight to them. It was more like a world title fight, the way you were both going at it. Yeah,
people have been saying that to me as well, but I think it was a high-level fight. It was a high-level fight, like, there was a lot of skill, there was a lot of will, there was a lot, like, it wasn't just a scrap. Like, it weren't just two guys just throwing hands. There was things that it was like, the fight changed every couple of rounds. So sometimes I'll be in the back foot, sometimes I'll be pushing forward, sometimes Linus will be in the back foot circling around, and sometimes he'll be pushing forward, sometimes we'll be trying to out-jab each other, and it was just loads of different things in there. So it's good to know I've got that in my locker, and it's probably good for him to know that he's got it in his locker definitely. As well.
Is he what you thought he would be in the ring?
Yeah. But no, because I wasn't really sure. Because I was like, how good is he? We don't really know how good he is. Because then, like, 1 minute he'd have a tough fight against someone like Tyler Denny, but I think Tyler Denny's record don't do him justice. Tyler Denny's a good fighter, but it's just that, he's not a knockout puncher, and he's lost that English level a couple of times. But he's got a very high work rate, and he's a southpaw, which could be trouble for anyone. It's just putting him. If he was in there with someone with a big name, sorry, I'm even mad, with a bigger name, and he just come in there and just outwork them, he would get recognised more. But he just been in tough fights. So I think that fight made me think, right, you struggled against Tyler Denny. But then I think after seeing Tyler Denny a few times, I thought, right, you know what, he probably is a little bit of a handful. And then you see him with John Harden, and you think, well, I thought John Harden was doing well up till he got stopped, but then you see like the stoppage and his fitness and the way he just kept pushing the pace late in the rounds, and you think, cool. Maybe he is kind of good. So it was hard to really gauge it. So I just know, you know what? It doesn't matter how good he is. I just know I've got to be on point, because if I go in there thinking, and I go into every fight on point, but sometimes mentally it's a bit different. You start thinking, all right, cool. He's not all that, whatever. I just thought, you know what, this is the best guy in the world right now. I need to make sure I'm ready. That's how I had it. But he actually is good. And I hope he goes on to start beating everyone, because then my win looks better.
For me, I think it was quite bittersweet, and it wasn't that I didn't want you to win.
Yeah.
Because I knew that if it didn't go your way, I wasn't sure where you were going to go from there. So I feel like if you lost at British, you kind of get put at the back of the queue again. Definitely. And it's like, so it's good for you in that sense, so you can push on and go Commonwealth, European. But watching your friend take their first loss is hard. It's hard. No, definitely. No, it is. Especially when they've been doing so well, and obviously the whole show was built around him. It was his time to shine. It was his moment. So, of course, obviously, you being his friend is probably like, oh man, I didn't want to see that. But then, like you said, it was like both of us were fighting with something on the line, and that's why the fight was such a high level as well. Because not just because we're both good, because there's actually a lot on the line. It's like, well, I felt like if I don't win this, pretty much I'm gonna have a hard journey back when I'm done. And he's thinking, oh, I've got to win this so I can push on. Like, if he doesn't win this, then he has to come and do this again, because the difference was, for me, I'd won the British before. He hadn't. So it's like, if he doesn't win it, it's like, where's his level? But at the same time, it's like, I've done that before. Maybe I could push on for European and, you know, some international titles and eliminators and stuff, whereas he's just come from the English, doing the British, and wherever he's lost, he's probably thinking, oh, damn, but I think whoever's next in line, he'll probably beat them. I don't know who's next in line, because I think I probably fought all the mandatories, but Kieran Conway then.
Definitely not that guy, but yeah, he'd probably beat him as well anyway. But I think whoever's like next in line for the British, I think Linus would beat. Yeah,
definitely. So in the build up to this, you mentioned like it was kind of, obviously it was on a Wasserman card.
Yeah,
it was very much geared towards Linus. Did you struggle with the, not kind of like cameras, but all the attention? Because for me, you come across, you're not a reserved person, but you keep yourself to yourself. You want to go, then you want to fight. So was having all the cameras in your face all the time a lot? Yeah,
I think I even told one of the camera guys by accident. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to be here. I thought, I shouldn't have said that. But I didn't want to be at all these press conferences and all that, especially like where that last one was quite last minute. I was thinking, I don't really want to be here. Like, I just want to be training. Like, I just got a big fight. I'm not interested in all the theatrics and build up and I don't get paid anymore for that, so let's just get it on. But I know it's needed, I know it's an obligation as a professional, so I've got to do it. But yeah, it was kind of long, but he got most of the attention, which I think it looked like he was thriving off. He was loving it, because it's like, if he didn't want that, all that attention, he's flying. And I was like, yeah, just take all the attention. I'm chilled. I'm at the back. It was all right though. It was good, but I didn't really need it.
Do you remember the first thing I ever said to you?
Was that about your dad?
It was about my
dad. Yes.
I remember what it was.
Yeah. It was a Heffron fight. He said he was happy I beat him or something like that. Yeah. Shouts out to Dad.
You know what? He's always like, are you going to see such and such soon? Are you going to see this fighter? Jermaine Brown?
Yeah, Jermaine Brown.
It's my dad's new favourite person.
Is it?
He's always like, yeah, who do you think's going to win?
That's a good fight. I like Jermaine. Jermaine's my guy. I also like Zach. I've met Zach a few times as well. I like him. He's not as mad as he seems. He's very cool. I think his dad's more that outspoken. He's more like Angel Garcia and he's like Danny Garcia, and I'm just fighting. But Jermaine's my guy. I like Jermaine, and I think it's a fight of two styles, and whoever implements their style the best wins. So if Jermaine can go in there and just throw his straight shots and keep Chelly off him and handle Chelly's roughness, then he'll be all right. But then if he can't, then Chelly might get him.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, you're my dad's new favourite guy. He's like, oh, where is he? Let me go see him. I want to see the bell. I was like, no, it's not here. Chill out. Like, you can call him if you want. It's like, Denzel sent him a video, you know? So, you're not on Denzel's level yet.
Yeah, no, I like Jermaine. Jermaine's cool, but yeah, like I said, shout out to Dad, man.
Right, he gets very protective, so he's always like, is it TM14 or TM14?
I think it's TM14. I think I'd say TM14.
I said it too. It was on one of their shows, and obviously, because it was being streamed, he could see us. And I'm in a white dress, you can't miss me. When I was chatting to Adrian, he calls me up the next day, he's like, It was that guy in the tracksuit you were chatting to, and I was like, oh God, Dad. I was like, it's Adrian. Like, he's a boxer. We were chatting about boxing. Who's the guy in the red top? I was like, Louis Lindad. Anyone else? Like, look too friendly with you. Bless him.
No, Louis Lynn's a nice guy though. Louis Lynn's
When is he back? Because he's just had a shoulder operation, isn't it?
Yeah. He should be back by the end of the year, but I won't be surprised if he has the whole year wrap. But he'll be back in the gym soon. But in terms of in the ring, probably by the end of the year.
It was pretty rubbish timing for him, wasn't it? Because was it a couple of weeks before his fight he went in?
Yeah. He had to pull out of his fight, and then he went in about probably a couple of weeks after the date was meant to be. He went in, but he had to pull out a couple of weeks before the fight. But yeah, he had a shoulder injury that he needed to get right before going in, because he's at a stage where he's going to be in championship fights. His last fight was a sick fight.
It wasn't it?
That's one of those fights. That fight I was nervous for. Like, I'm nervous for his fight. Everyone else's fights more than I am for my own fights. So I was just like, I was shaking. I'm chatting to Chris like, hey Chris, this is mad. But yeah, good fight. So it's like you don't want to go in there 50%. So we have to get that shoulder right. Yeah, but he should be back by the end of the year.
We've also had another champion from the gym, Ellis Zorro.
Yes.
Took home big 40k.
Big Zuz, Mr. 40k.
And he's still asking you to buy him 59p drinks.
Isn't it? Come on, man. You used to be buying the whole gym then. You used to be supplying them.
But no, it's nice to see the gym back on top. Who else have we got here that's fighting soon?
Fighting soon. Chris is, due to make a comeback as well. Chris Bourke. He's due to make a comeback soon. He's in the gym now. He's working. So, I've taken a loss in the gym and come back, so hopefully he can look at that and be like, look, it's not the end of the world, is it? I can come back. But Billy Allen was meant to box. He's done his rib, but he'll be all right. And I think that's it for now. Oh, Aaron Prosper. He should be fighting soon.
Yeah, on the 2nd of July, isn't it?
Yes, it is 2nd of July. Yeah, he's fighting soon. So I think he's next out. He's been really active. Great. He fought 2 weeks apart. He fought the day after me, and then he fought... he fought April 30th, and then he fought the day after me.
No days off.
Yeah, no days off. Yeah.
Did you feel like when you lost against Cash, and was it Chris that lost at the same time?
No, Chris lost. Chris lost in February.
Did you feel like people writ off the gym a little bit?
100%. But that's what people do. People are weirdos. People just like it's just a fact. People are weirdos. It's like you see a speck of what's going on behind the scenes because the only time we get seen is basically when we're performing. And you have a bad performance and it's like, oh mate, you're done, you're trash, or you're rubbish, or you lot are mocking it, you don't need to move gym, they don't know what's going on over there. You don't see the work that goes on behind the scenes. Like there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. And you got to remember, the person standing opposite the ring of us has worked just as hard. Like someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. They've worked just as hard. You can't just come because you don't know that guy's name, or that guy's meant to be someone else. If you lose, you're rubbish. It's a sport at the end of the day. You win and you lose, isn't it? But people around. That's why after we all just got the wins, I just said, look, give us credit when we're doing well. Like, I just tweeted, like, listen, give us credit because we're doing well now. But when we're on a downhill, everyone wants to be the first to say the Peacock gym is trash and it's overrated and there's no one there and that's why so and so left and that's why this and that and they need new trainers. They don't know what's going on there. Whatever, man.
What does that do to you mentally? Like after the Cash fight, how did that make you feel?
After the Cash fight, I felt like shit for a minute. But now it's like, oh, fuck you, man. Not the Cash, but I mean like everyone else. Do you know what I mean? There's like everyone else. But yeah, after that, I just felt shit for long. I was like, bro, what am I going to do? Like, what am I actually going to do? Because there's loads of factors that went into that fight as to why, the result was the result. I'm not saying, if things were different, I would have won, even though I want to say that. But I'm just saying I probably wouldn't have lost in that manner if I was to have lost. But I feel like there was a lot of things behind the scenes that it just weren't right. Like training and everything was fine, but everything outside of training, like just, as they say, preparation. I wasn't, well prepared going into that fight for like, various amount of reasons. But done everything asked of me in the gym, it was just outside. But I just felt like, that's why I lost. That's why when I come back, it was like, I didn't lose confidence, but I just felt shit. It's like, I know I'm not shit, but I feel like shit. So it's like, I don't know what to do. Everyone's chatting rubbish, and that's the first time I've experienced something like that. Everyone's chatting rubbish, and everyone's saying this and that, and it's like, okay, cool. You're saying this. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I lost, I went through every comment on socials. So
Did
Twitter,
you?
Instagram, and YouTube.
That's dangerous.
Every comment. I'm sitting in my bed getting through every comment, just getting myself mad. Getting myself mad, like saying, watch.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry. Or I shed a tear, but I didn't
Just
cry.
one?
Like, yeah, just a little gangster tear. I was like, damn, man, fucked up. But yeah, I read every comment. I didn't cry during the comments, if that's what you're asking. No, I was just reading the comments and I was like, okay. I was getting rinsed. Wow. I was like, say no more. And then I just put it away. And that's probably the last time I've actually fed into comments online. So
It's a slippery slope, I think, once you start and you kind of get... It's almost like a little addiction, isn't it? It gives you a little hit and then you just can't stop.
Yeah, no, I just want to see what everyone was saying. But now it's like, whenever someone says something, I almost laugh as well. I laugh like, oh, right, that's funny. I see it as banter, but it's like, they don't know me, so I shouldn't take it personally.
I always feel like it's when somebody you don't know tries to tell you about yourself.
Yeah, that's annoying. That's annoying. When someone you don't know tries to tell you.
I know you're watching.
when that happens, like, that's annoying. But when you're talking about my boxing, just laugh like, oh, you don't know what I'm doing, so it's fine. Yeah.
So what's next now?
I don't know, you know.
He's just out here going on holidays, driving nice big cars.
That was a
bougie
small car.
lifestyle. Is it? Do you know what? You and Dan need to go on a holiday together. Pair of you. I started calling him bougie and he didn't like it.
He's definitely bougie.
Yes, isn't he?
Dan's bougie. He act like he's not, but he's bougie.
You'll obviously see the camera went blurry because Mr. Bentley here can't sit still.
Oh, you're gonna blame me?
I am blaming you.
Alright, cool. I'll take the blame.
We were saying how Dan's bougie. They're gonna go on holiday and have a little bougie holiday together.
Well,
You're gonna
not like that's all
best
kind of
friends.
yeah, but yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I think the only thing that we missed off from the last thing is what is next for you.
Yeah, what's next for me? Yeah, I want to move on. I think the European would be nice. That'd be very nice. I want to try and go to the European. Done the British twice. Fought most of the names that have been mentioned in the middleweight division in Britain. So to fight the rest doesn't really make no sense to me. So I think the European's a good option. But it just depends on availability and what's there and what we can get our hands on. So yeah.
Where have you put the belt?
In my house.
Have you got a little cabinet?
Yeah. No, but I need a cabinet. I've got a shelf that I've got all my amateur trophies on. And I've kind of like squeezed it in there somewhere, but it's got to go back in it. So I ain't really made a proper space for it because it's got to go back.
Can you not just buy it? Do they do that? Can you buy the replica of the British, or do you have to?
Oh yeah, you can get you can buy the replica. Yeah, if you want it. Yeah, the replica shouldn't be too much, but the original one's worth quite a lot. I think it depends on how much a belt.
Well, I mean, it's your belt. So, how much do you want it?
The replica would be alright. No one's gonna know. Well, apart from everyone in boxing.
And everybody that's watching.
Oh yeah, damn, hold myself up in it.
Sorry, it's not like a fake Gucci belt or anything. Okay, right, to wrap up, so on the podcast, I'm not going to say I came up with this game because that would be wrong. I've probably seen it somewhere. It's called The Worst People in the World.
Okay.
Are you ready to play?
What's the rules?
So I will be like, okay, the worst people in the world, people that do this or do that, and you pick.
Okay, cool,
Okay,
let's go.
cool. The worst people in the world. People who are on the phone the whole gym session. People who spar like they're competing to injure others.
People that spar like they're competing to injure others.
It's annoying, right?
That is very annoying. It's like, chill out, bro. Like,
I feel like, so in my gym, I'm the only female there. Doesn't really make a difference because there's lots of lads that are my weight.
yeah.
I was doing some body sparring with this much bigger lad. He was maybe like 6 foot, had maybe 15, 20 kg on
I don't know
me.
why you're in a ring with him.
I wasn't even in a ring. I was in a hula hoop.
Oh.
So there was nowhere to go. And he whacked me. And as he's whacked me, I've kind of gone out of the hoop. And yeah, I had to say, I was like, mate, you need to chill out a little bit. Like, don't take the piss. People who put clips on Smith machines are people that don't wash their wraps.
Probably the washing the wraps because that stinks.
It's nasty.
No, when you don't wash your wraps, it stinks. And when you're training together and they're just moving it around like that, yeah, it's long, yeah. The washing the wraps.
Peacock's actually doesn't smell when you walk in. Normally
it's a nice
gyms
gym.
have like a musty smell about it.
Yeah.
It's like, people who are overly cheesy on social media, like live, laugh, love type thing. Or people who don't put their weights back.
The social media one.
Mine, right?
Yeah.
People who cheat workouts, circuits and sprints, or cyclists riding two abreast on country lanes, like, you know the lanes around here?
Cyclists, without a doubt. Make me sick.
Why? I'm not I
I'm
don't
probably
own
gonna
a
get
bike.
attacked by some cyclists actually, so you still make me sick, but yeah.
Do you know what? Everybody I ask that question to, they're like, cyclists, the cyclists.
Because if cyclists weren't cyclists, they would find themselves annoying. That's how annoying they are. Please, man, do better, cyclists, do better.
People who kiss their dog on the mouth, or people who eat with their mouths open.
Sorry, man, people that kiss the dogs in the mouth.
Gives me the ick. People who leave their rubbish all over the gym, like bottles down the side, or people who want to have a full-blown conversation with you before 9 o'clock in the morning.
They're both annoying.
I'm chatty, so at 8 o'clock
9
I'm like,
in the morning. To be honest though, I'm up quite early. So when you say 9, I'm thinking of someone that's probably just woken up. So if I've just woken up at 6, and that's the time I wake up, and you're trying to chat to me, I'm not listening. But I think leaving your stuff in the gym is quite annoying. But trying to just have a full-blown conversation, when I've just woke up, and you ain't brushed your teeth, yeah, allow me, man.
People who chew really loudly in your ear, or people that kick the spit bucket in the gym.
Kick the spit bucket.
Minging, right?
I'm sure no one does that on purpose, though.
Still, watch where your feet are going. How are your feet kicking the spit bucket?
Just a few times people have been sparring, the spit bucket just spills all over the place, and I just think, yeah, whoever's cleaning it up is pissed.
People who phlegm in the sink and don't wash it away.
Oh, no, I don't even care what that one is. That one, that's fucking disgusting.
Do you know how many people? Yeah, you're all right. Do you know how many people I know that gauze up their nose and like do the whole? Yeah.
And then don't wash it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make me sick.
Yeah. Okay, and the last one that I want to know, just because I have a story behind this as well, but I want to know yours. Your most embarrassing moment in a boxing gym.
In a boxing gym. I don't know, but I've told this before. One time over Mackenzie, when it wasn't like in front of everyone, so it was all right, but it was embarrassing for me. I was sparring, and then and then I came out and I thought I'd done quite well, and Over's called me over. I'm thinking, oh yeah, he's gonna big me up. It's Over Mackenzie, innit? I'm amateur. I've just come to Peacock first time, and I think he's gonna big me up. He's like, come. He took me to one room. He said, listen, brother, you smell. It's me, raw, what's going on? I said, brother, when you wake up in the morning, you have to shower, brother. The shower, you use deodorant all the time, brother. You stink, brother, but I'm telling you, not in front of everyone. I thought, raw, this is kind of mad, like. No, like, you're going to tell me how good I've done this sparring? You just want to tell me I smell? Cool.
Did you not wash your ass?
No, the thing is, up to this day, I still don't think it was me, but I just took the L in it. But if it was me, from that day anyway, I've been conscious, like, you know what, I got to make sure I don't smell. So I got to do everything I got to do to not smell. So hopefully I don't smell right now.
So my most embarrassing moment was I was with my old coach and he gave me like, I don't know, it was like a 6-punch combination.
Yeah.
And he finished it, was like, I'll finish it with a body roll. And I'm thinking, it's weird. I want to finish it with a body. All right, cool. So I've done it. And then I've like rippled, like did like a little body roll. And he's looking at me and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, you said body roll. I'm just, and he was like, no, body roll. And I was like, oh.
Saying body roll and you, yeah.
Just thinking like, where do you think you are?
So you think he's telling you to finish off a dance move?
Yeah.
Cool.
Listen, I have long days, all right?
I swear.
But cool. That is all I have for you. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
It has been a good conversation.
Yeah, and it's nice to actually be able to sit down with you and actually have a chat rather than just see you in passing or working.
Yeah.
Don't sound too enthusiastic.
The last time I saw you, I'm trying to think last time I saw you. Oh yeah, the 2 times I told you it was Brentwood we were working, another time was at the fight, right? When I was just getting ready and I was getting a little like, yo, couldn't really talk.
Because they were filming you walking in and like you like put your hand out, I was like,
yeah, you left me hanging as well. Oh my days, I never forget that.
I was so confused. I was like, and then
it was
I
clear he was written for that day.
and I went in for like something, and then I was like, do you want to go now? I was like, I don't know what I'm doing right now.
No, it's cool. No, it's because obviously I was fighting Linus, so you didn't want to salute me, so it's cool. It's fine.
So I came into your changing room.
Yeah.
And gave you a hug.
After.
I couldn't get in before. Could you imagine? Hi guys. You'd be like, Georgia, get out. Like, why are you here?
Signing out. Denzel Bentley and Georgia Banks. Spin your jaw.